Hold on. Didn't you tweet to Elon Musk about a one-night stand? What was that about? Hey, welcome to Smart AF. I'm your host, Torie Mathis. We have got a great show for you today, so let's get started. We're getting closer to the Tesla record. How many cars do you have, Sean?
We have over 300 Teslas now.
That's
so
amazing.
The initial goal was to get 300. Now the goal has changed.
What's the new goal?
500.
What?
Why not?
Really?
Yeah, why not?
Wow.
Was it Subaru just did the same longest Subaru parade?
Okay.
And their previous record, I don't remember what it was. It was a couple hundred or something.
Okay.
Like it's more than the Tesla record.
Did they do it here in the United States?
Yeah, I think so.
Both of them?
I didn't look into it.
Okay.
I just saw that it was done on another article.
So the Tesla record is held in China, and it's 145 cars. So we only have to beat 145 Teslas to get the world record for the longest Tesla parade.
Right.
So how many Subarus did they do on the beating one?
The Subaru one's well over 1,000.
No way.
Yeah, it was like 12 or something. Yeah, it was,
what?
It was a shit ton of Subarus.
Wow, that is so neat. Do you know how far they went or where they did that?
No.
Okay, so for the Tesla record, how far does it have to be?
2 miles.
So it has to be 2 miles. How far between cars?
Within 2 car lengths.
Okay, so Sean just got the full write-up of like exactly what's required, because we've been working on this for a little while now, but we didn't exactly know what the requirements were going to be. So it has to be 2 miles and has to be...
So when you apply for a record, there's an application, and in this case it was a pre-existing record, so there was nothing other than apply for it. And then they say that takes 12 weeks.
So they tell you have to schedule your event for at least 3 months later? 12 weeks later?
Yeah, it's a little muddy on, like, it's confusing how they want, but after I've talked to them, like, that's pretty much, you need to get all this done. Because, and really, you know, we got the requirements from Guinness a couple days ago, last week.
Yeah, it's been really recent.
Yeah. If we wouldn't have had those, we wouldn't have had all the information they required, which means we'd have done all of this and it wouldn't have been enough information to actually take the record. Even if we had the 500 Teslas, if we didn't get what Guinness actually wants to verify numbers and whatever the reason is they need what they need, we wouldn't get it.
So what did they ask for?
Apparently they want to make sure that we are very accurate when it comes to counting the cars. So everything is going to be filmed. The beginning, the end, as much of the actual parade as possible. We'll have drone footage, multiple aerial photos and videos and all that kind of stuff. Tons of people taking photos and videos all over the place. And hopefully we've got some more stuff in the works that should make the whole parade outline pretty neat. Once that's verified, I'll announce all that kind of stuff. But like as far as registering a Tesla, like initially we had pre-registration on TeslaRecord.com. Obviously, we want to know what the model of Tesla is, and the person's name and email. Obviously, I thought that was efficient enough to capture, but no. Guinness wants your phone number. Why? I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. If they're going to call you or whatever the case may be, I doubt it. I think what it is it verifies that you are a real person instead of a made-up name, most likely. But that, and then the license plate number.
But you could easily be like, Bob was there, and
right. Well, and that's, you know, yes, it's a lot of information, but it is all on your registration. The license plate number, the VIN number, which is right there, the model, and obviously it's a Tesla.
That's crazy that they want the VIN number. Like, if it's going to be a world record and it's going to be legit, like, you got to cross your T's and dot your I's, but
there will be no duplication. Like, if they can see John Doe has phone number, 555, whatever.
1212.
Right. And then they have VIN number, license plate number, and model number. Like, that is for sure one Tesla. And so
John can't drive around to the back.
Right.
And then drive around to the back.
Right. So you've got, definitely one person driving one model of Tesla. And then you've got video footage showing the entire parade from start to finish.
So John doesn't drive to the back.
That they'll then go, screenshot by screenshot, counting each car. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then they'll match that up with all the cars that have been registered to be there. And not only that like the actual counting of the Teslas is a whole nother aspect that Guinness wants.
Do you think people try to cheat these things?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. That, or it's that they make it such an ordeal and a hassle that not that many people go for it.
I can see that.
You get this.
Like everybody could be like, I'm going to do it. And then they do all this work for it. And they're like, yeah, I didn't really do it.
We jumped into it. We're like, that's a cool record. Let's go for it. Right?
We're doing it.
Filled out the application before we announced it, but never got anything back. So now that we've got something, like maybe most people would do it, apply, wait for this, and be like,
that's a lot to wait.
I'm not doing that.
Right.
And then you never get to it. Well, we're beyond that, so we're doing it. But yeah, it's so I'm wondering if it's just that they say do all these things, and maybe they have no intention of actually,
checking.
Yep, that VIN number checks out, and there's that car. They'll look at the footage and go, yep, there was 500 cars there. But I don't think they're gonna check registration and all that kind of stuff. And they want the license plate number specifically because we're on a highway. So because they're licensed vehicles, I don't know why they want to do that, but that's what Guinness wants. So if we're going to actually go for a record and want to take the title, that's what we got to do.
That's cool. Yeah, we were driving. We don't normally go that far down to where it's actually going to be. So we had to actually go out of town the other day. So I actually saw we're starting at a park and ride. And so I saw that and kind of got an idea of where it's actually going at the West End there in Sandy Springs.
You could see the starting and the ending point from the highway as we're driving by. So both spots are right there. So the majority of it is straight down Highway 400.
And so you got the confirmation that we are getting an escort. What's our escort?
Yeah, Commissioner Tim Eccles. He made some phone calls or emails or worked his magic, however he did that, and squared away. Georgia State Troopers are doing the escort with 10 motorcycles.
That's awesome.
So 10 motorcycle unit escorting potentially 500 Teslas. That's gonna be a sight to see. That is going. If we get 200 Teslas, that's 3 miles worth of Tesla cars. Wow. I don't think that's ever happened before. That's record or no record, it's gonna be pretty cool.
Except for those damn Subarus.
Right.
Do you know where they did it? Did they do it down the highway?
I don't remember.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
You can look up the Subaru longest Subaru parade record. It's a new one.
That's pretty neat. So any other updates? What else has been going on in the last couple of weeks?
We've got the escort. We also have confirmation that somebody from o.u.r. will be at the event, so we'll get to hear from their VP of development, Nate Lewis, I believe is his name. He'll be there, and he'll get to talk about o.u.r. and what we're trying to raise funds for, and hear it straight from the mouth of somebody that's a part of the organization, which is pretty neat.
Because we're doing this not just to beat the world record, but we thought if we're going to do it, we might as well try to do something good with this and make this a fundraiser and try to get some money for a really great organization that's making some big difference in the world. So that's awesome that they're going to be there. I'm so excited about that.
Other big thing is... initially when I did this, I threw the Tesla logo on everything, and then immediately I was told by various people, I'm like, you should probably remove that. And so that's where the Tesla Owners Club of Atlanta is use our logo. So
Which does have the T. I mean, it is, but they have the rights to it, so they have let us.
And there's the Tesla owners clubs all over the world. So we've got Tennessee is coming, Atlanta, obviously. Kentucky, I think it's
it was Kentucky.
And then if there's more, they need to let me know. But there's people coming from Maine, New Orleans, Miami, Chicago, all over the place. So that's pretty cool. And then I think that was last week. Last week I got a phone call from Tesla, and Tesla is officially on board.
That's right. You did talk to them. You talked to them for quite a while, and they're going to have somebody.
So Tesla is bringing a new Model Y, which will participate in the parade. Yes. It will then also be available at the Westin after the parade for test drives.
Hold on. Didn't you tweet to Elon Musk about a one-night stand? What was that about?
So also Tesla, they don't normally let you take a test drive home and keep it overnight. But because we're doing a raffle after the parade at the Westin, they're giving 4-ticket opportunities, whatever you want to call it, passes to win overnight test drives. And so that wouldn't be obviously that night. It would be, you schedule it at a future date, but it's, rather than just, hopping in. Well, now you're not going to ride with anybody, but before you would probably ride with somebody. But now you would get the car and then go enjoy it for a day, take it home, show your spouse, all that, stuff that you'd really, really want to dive into the car, see how it feels, all that kind of stuff. Something they don't normally let people do, but there's going to be 4 opportunities to be able to do that.
So 4 people are going to get to take a Tesla home for the night.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you drive a 3 and you're like, I wonder what it'd be like to bring an X home. Let's drive an X. I'm trying to get Tesla to bring a Model X so that I can drive the Model X in the parade, and then Torie will be driving our Model S. At the moment, I don't know because Tesla changes all their stuff, and so the cars that they did have available for test drives would wind up going for sale, and then it's end of year, and so they're limited staff, all kinds of circumstances, which was initially going to be a potential factor for Tesla not being able to come.
Because originally they might not have came, right? So I was really excited.
Tesla wanted to come, but then may have just not had the resources to do it. And then discussions were had at Tesla, and they wanted to actually, for sure, come and be a part of this. And so they are.
Is this the same Tesla that came, like the same location or whatnot, that came to the museum?
It's the local representative of Tesla. So
now, are they the same ones that came?
It's all of them.
Oh.
So it's representing Tesla, not the Avalon location.
Okay, because we had Tesla, the Avalon location. That's what I was wondering. Is it the Avalon location or is it like Tesla?
Tesla.
Okay, so we had the Avalon location come. Maybe it was like 2 years ago. They came out to Miles Your Time and they brought a Model X, which was super cool. And we had so many people come out to see it. And we had from the 1910 Brush.
Sears.
The 1910 Sears was there. And the Model X, which, what year was that one that came?
That was 18.
Okay. So we had well over 100 years of automotive vehicles there, from the one that was ordered out of the Sears catalog to the one that was ordered online, all electric vehicle, which is.
And what was neat is we invited a bunch of Tesla owners to the museum for that event. So not only did we have a car that you ordered out of a catalog in 1910 to everything in between that you're used to buying from a dealership under normal circumstances, to top of the line, state of the art, purchased a car off of a website. But then we also had actual owners of every model at the time. This was before the Y came out. And so people got to come and see these things that, in the automotive world that I'm in, museum and classic cars, and I'm an automotive enthusiast just in general. But there's a lot of people that have a lot of jaded views on Tesla. And for me, it's always that they're two different things. I like a classic car and rumble of a V8 or V10 or 12. Or I like exotic cars. I like all of them. Tesla, I wouldn't compare even Tesla to a Lamborghini. Like, if I want to drive a Lamborghini, that's what I want to drive. If I want to drive an old C10 pickup truck, that's what I want to drive. But a Tesla is different. Like, if I want to drive the Tesla, I want to go drive a Tesla. I'm not going to compare it to those other cars. It's just that super neat. Like, it's a fun car to drive.
And I was like, Sean's been wanting a Tesla for a while. And like the X came and we weren't able to actually test drive it there. So I hadn't been in a Tesla. And Sean went and actually test drove a couple of Teslas and stuff like that. But I hadn't even been in one until he actually brought our Tesla home. And I was like, whatever, like it's another car. And I'm not like a sedan car type of person anyway. And I'm like, whatever, like it looks like a grandma's car. But that car is so awesome. Like it really is different than anything else. It is amazing to drive. It is a totally different feeling. It really is all that it's cracked up to be. So I really thought it was like all hype. Like it's hype. It's a Tesla. No, like when all those guys are like, it's the best car ever, I'll always buy one. Like I totally get it.
And from a museum standpoint, like it was super neat that, you got all these people that were given the opportunity to then talk to owners and talk to people and show their cars and go, oh, this is kind of cool.
I always love when kids come to the museum, but that day was even more special because however some of those kids found out that and the parents were like, I don't care that there's Teslas here. Like they thought it was cool that like all the old ones, but these little kids that saw these, they were so excited. Like it was so neat. It was awesome. It was pretty cool. So all of Tesla, not just the Tesla Avalon, is going to have the Y there in the parade and giving away the four.
They'll have the like a Tesla, the red canopy tent set up at the Westin. So when we get to the parade, you'll see it there.
So we're not just having the parade, but we're actually kind of coordinating a whole event that we're going to have afterwards. That's where we're going to have some speakers, and Tesla's going to be there. o.u.r. is going to be there. What else is going to be going on at the event? The event is December 12th, so we still have quite a bit of time that we'll keep adding on more things. The event starts, the parade starts around 10 a.m. More details at teslarecord.com. Tesla World Record?
Tesla Record.
Teslarecord.com. So we still have a little bit more time, but what's going to happen at the event that you have planned so far? Because I know we have some stuff that totally sure about. But
so once we get to the Westin, we get to take over the entire front parking lot. So there's a parking lot, there's part of its parking garage, but it's all right there in the front of the Westin. So it'll turn into a big Tesla car show, especially if there winds up being 500 cars there. Now, because of the world we live in today, there's going to be people that are going to not want to participate in anything that is going to get them around a bunch of people.
So it's not required. The event's not required, but for everybody that wants to, it's indoor, outdoor. Make it as safe as you feel you need to.
Now, when you check in at the Windward Parkway Park and Ride at the start of the parade, you don't get out of your car. We will come to you, give you what you need, check you off, all that kind of stuff, and then you wait in the parking spot until we funnel out and we go. Once we get to the Westin, you go. We're all going to be in line, so stay in line. Get parked. Once we're all there, if you don't want to get out of your car again, go ahead and leave. It's perfectly fine. But if you want to stay, we also have the Bernstein room at the Westin. The director there was gracious enough to allow us to use that room, which is also facing the front of the hotel and has its own doors in and out of the hotel itself. So we don't actually even have to walk through any of the hotel itself. Even though quite a few people are going to be staying there that are coming out of town. We
did get special rates at the Westin, so it's all on teslarecord.com that you can stay there.
So if you're coming from out of town and you need a place to stay,
stay at the Westin.
Go to teslarecord.com. That link will send you to the Westin, which will get you the rates are killer. That's $89 a night, and it's super nice down there.
It's really neat, right in Sandy Springs.
I looked up on the Westin's website just to see how much a room would normally be, and I mean it's substantially more. It's from $89 versus $120 or whatever it was. So that's awesome. So we'll have raffle items set up that are inside the Bernstein room. So we've got the Westin has donated some weekend stays that'll be available. Somebody donated some Model 3, Model Y light kits. There's some other things that people have said that they're going to start bringing in. So until I have them, I won't actually announce them. And then the Tesla overnight tickets, that kind of stuff. So we'll have people going around selling raffle tickets for that, and it's just get as many raffles as you want. All the proceeds are going to o.u.r. 100% of it's going to o.u.r. We'll have Heart. Heart is going to be there. Heart Deer, playing an acoustic guitar set. Just they're providing background noise and kind of cool ambiance kind of thing.
And we're going to have food and drinks and stuff like that, right?
Working on that too, simply because the COVID stuff makes everything difficult. So,
we'll
under normal circumstances, nice spread of food would be fantastic. Don't know what we'll be able to do just yet. So, we'll work on all that kind of stuff as it gets closer. And then we have.
So can people go to TeslaRecord.com just to sign up for updates? If they would just they're not sure, but they just want to know what's going on?
Yeah.
So you don't have to register. Like if you're not sure and you just want to know what's going on and kind of keep an eye on the event, you could do that, right? And you're sending out emails about what's going on.
Yeah, and then there's a Facebook event for it. That's through the Miles Through Time Facebook page. There's an event for Tesla, longest Tesla parade record.
So you have speakers also?
Yeah, we got speakers. So we've got a lady, Eliza Blue, that was actually human trafficked, that is now an advocate for human trafficking, and she'll speak and share her story. The VP of o.u.r, he'll be there and he'll say something. Tesla will say something. The director of the Westin will say something. Torie might. And so it'll be a cool little casual type deal.
It's going to be in the morning, so it's not like it's some fancy. It'll be nice though.
Yeah, I want it to be fun and a little bit educational. If I was being asked to donate money to something, I'd want to know what it was. So I want to try to provide that for everyone and go, this is why we're doing this. The record is cool. And I hope we get it, but ultimately we're also raising funds to help save kids from human trafficking.
But there's no charge for registration though, right? Like you're not...
There's no charge. So
how are you raising money?
It's all donations and sponsors.
That's awesome.
So, if all you want to do is participate in the record and say, sayonara, that's perfectly okay.
Or if you don't have a Tesla and you want to donate, then that's awesome too.
Yep. If you just want to help make a difference and you're not participating in the parade, head to TeslaRecord.com and help. We're in need of sponsors and donations. At the end of the speakers, we are going to then tally all the numbers from all the different sources that we're collecting money for o.u.r. And then we'll write a big number, hopefully, on a big check and present it to o.u.r.
Check. I always have wanted to give somebody a really big check, so this is our time.
And then also, we've also always wanted one of those step and repeat signs. So those are the signs that have logos on them all over the place, and then people stop and get their photos in front of them. So that'll be set up too. So that'll be neat that everyone can take their photos with that, because it's gonna be a neat event that you're gonna want to say you were a part of it. What better way to do that than photos and really embrace the whole thing? And then after the entire thing is all said and done, everyone that checked in, that registered for the parade, will wind up sending you certificates. If Guinness sends anything, you'll obviously get that as well. But one way or another, you are going to get a certificate from us that says you are a part of this event.
Yes, we definitely want it to.
Whether we even qualify for the record or not, like that is something that you're gonna get something that says you were a part of this.
So it'll be world record attempt or world record holder. Woo woo!
That's right.
That's gonna be awesome. I'm so excited about it. Good stuff. So
time's flying. It's gonna come up sooner than later.
So we'll keep letting everybody know what's going on with it and give you some more updates soon. If you want to get smart tools to build your business, go to besmartaf.com.